This is mine, just to give you the purpose behind today was for me to hear from the students, from the faculty, from the staff, any concerns, any things that work well for them. So this is the opportunity to take advantage of me hearing what your concerns are, and then we can address them accordingly within, of course, college policy and so on. So one of the things I know we just instituted this year in policies for military veterans that we give them in-state tuition. That was something that they weren't getting before. And so our board approved that this past year, that we can now give in-state tuition to reduce costs for the veterans. I would have to look into this and see what we can do for the veterans as far as the price of books and so on. But we are concerned about veterans. Our Vice President for Student Affairs was just quoted in Community College Times newspaper talking about the work that we're doing for veterans. And I think at the September board meeting, there'll be some other veteran and active duty military personnel policies in place.
Thank you very much.
You want to add anything to that, Dean Evans?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm going to get that information for him up on my phone.
And by the way, Alvina, your question had already been proposed to the bookstore, and certainly the bookstore felt like while it is worthy, but what they did not want to get in the business of doing is having discounts for special interest groups. And so what could be worked out inadvertently is maybe we can somehow, through student affairs, find scholarship money or book monies to assist those veterans who may not be getting enough money to take care of that through their veterans benefits.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm trying to pull up the article about Workday. I'm going to see if I can find it here. Technology doesn't work for me too. What are some general improvements you feel that should be done first and foremost here at North Campus? Well, that's the whole point of me having these posts, so I could know what the concerns are and so we can address it. But I can tell you, one of the things that we're working on college-wide, not just here at North, we call them WIGs, Wildly Important Goals, and it's all about students. And so we're looking at first-time in college students and their success rates and what we can do to put in place in terms of academic support and things that we can do differently in the classroom. So student affairs, they're doing a lot of things in terms of reaching out to those students. I think it was 1,018 students, I think was in the email this week that we were going to be working with within the first 5 weeks of the term. So that is a concentrated effort, not just having the students register, go to class and forget about anything else to be done. So one other thing that I observed and I'm working to improve is our waits in lines. And so from a customer service standpoint, I've asked, I mentioned it yesterday, but when we formally meet next week, I believe it is with our Campus President's Advisory Committee, that we're going to look at customer service as one of the first things we're going to try to improve if there are any major concerns for the campus. Knows and the other one doesn't. The Learning Resource Center has the writing lab, has an anatomy and physiology lab, has an EAP lab, a foreign language lab, we have math tutoring, chemistry tutoring, there are all kinds of support that's available for students to get help with whatever difficult topic they are encountering in the class. And so just increasing that awareness as well as increasing their use, not just knowing it's there, you got to use it. And so one of our goals that the team, in fact, Associate Dean Esmeralda Sweeney's here, they can talk about, and they're actually doing it right now, how they're using, they have what's called a SMART initiative. SMART standing for Social Media Academic Resources Tactics. And so one strategy that they're using right now is to connect with the students online via Facebook, or they're tweeting, or some kind of social media, so that students know what's available to them and make sure they actually use it. Well, we're going to have one. It's probably going to be better than that because they're going to be using what's called cloud technology and being able to register for classes, add drop, make an appointment with an advisor. Those are things that we're going to capture here and bring back to that team so they're incorporating as it's being designed.
As you said that you are working on making a betterment and difference and specifically focusing on academic views. So how do you feel like the student organizations can play a role in helping you doing that better? I mean, if you have the student organizations behind you in which more students being involved and they playing the same role and the same goals as you go, you'll be able to achieve more in terms of what you're willing to do. But how can you sponsor those organizations to make it happen? Like you be the person behind us as being student organizations, and then you be the motivation as well as giving us what we need more to make what you want to happen, as you going towards your goals.
One of the things that can happen from a student organization standpoint, students that are in leadership roles or in a student club are already demonstrating that they want to be a part of what we call the social fabric for the campus. And they more than likely have some success that they've achieved in classes. And so they themselves can serve as peer mentors. So I easily see an opportunity for the organizations to set up peer mentoring groups, not just the one. I know there used to be one years ago on the campus. The chemistry faculty member, Dr. Mamari, she used to have peer mentoring with chemistry. That can happen across whatever you feel are difficult disciplines. Most people think math when they think difficulty. I love math, that's my background, and everyone, if they put their mind to it and put the time in and use the resources available, can achieve in math. But easily, I think it's low-hanging fruit in terms of what the student organizations can do. They can set up peer mentoring groups across those disciplines. Okay, let's see. How can we make the process of registration easier for new students? All right. Please fill me in on the concern.
The reason why I wrote that question is because I have a lot of friends, and they're not from here, but they do have paper. But the process for them, I see that coming from high school, when they come here, that it really takes a long time for them to be able to register. Like, for example, when they ask for their paper, they bring the paper, then they ask for another paper.
Oh.
Then they bring the paper, they say, okay, you need one more paper. And by that time, I see the mindset is already, ready to give up. Like, I don't even want to go to school because the process is hard. Mm-hmm. Why even go to school? So I see a lot of young folks, and that's how they end up just about to give up on school. That's why I would say, how can, I think that, I don't know if there could be a better process or a better way of, reaching out to them.
Okay. One of the things I'd like to do in my time in whatever group I'm leading is letting people shape the outcome. And so you as a student know what you've gone through, what your peers have gone through, and perhaps a group can actually say, okay, here are the concerns, here are the barriers, and mapping out a better process for our academic and student affairs leaders to look at and then implement. Okay? Is there any way we as students will eventually be able to use online books instead of paper? You can currently do that. There are e-books that are available. If there's a particular discipline that you feel that's not using the e-book model, then maybe we could look and see, perhaps there is something available, you're just not aware of it. But we have a fully online campus. We definitely are using e-books in our classes. And we have a follow-up orientation for second-year students focused on career exploration and employment, especially for the students who are in the AA degree program. We have, I know we have, but they're looking for a follow-up. We have a new tool that's in place called College Central Network, where students can actually go on and post their resume and get information regarding job opportunities, internship opportunities, so that the college is recognizing the need to make that connection with you're in a program and now you're ready to move into the workforce and trying to make sure those opportunities exist. The Career Center should already have some of this, so I'm going to defer again to Dean Evans, but I'm sure you know about what's offered. Who do I have from the Career Center? Oh, great. Frank.
Through the Career Center, we've been having more and more events for students. Maybe 2 years ago, we started having an event for students who were 75% complete. We were bringing in the schools, we brought in some the transfer universities, we brought in some employers, we had resume workshops, we had interviewing workshops to brush up your interviewing skills. And soon we'll be having the events for the students who are at the 50% benchmark of their degree to kind of get them thinking about where they plan to transfer, what their prerequisites are for the university and for the program that they decide to major in, and also do some more career exploration with them at that point, which we're not doing at the very beginning, but we definitely need to do some more follow-up career exploration at the 50% mark as well.